Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of That'd Be $8 a podcast, aka the Black Awareness Rally a podcast. You could be rocking with anybody else in the world right now, but you are here with us, and for that, we do appreciate you. It's your man Pledge alongside my main man B.
What up, y'all? Oh, we got some tech issues. Got some tech issues. All right. Let's go ahead. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to try to do these Black Awareness Rally moments. You don't hear nothing, girl? We wasn't talking yet. Having a lot of tech issues. Don't know what's going on, but I think players might be right. They're trying to kill us. They don't want the show to go live.
Hey, man, this is a special breaking news edition.
Yeah, brother, it's tripping right now, bro.
Of the That'd Be $8 podcast. Breaking news. I'm saying you see your boy came dressed for the occasion.
They can't see nothing yet. I don't know what's going on, bro. We can't see nothing right now. Come on, man. Hold on. There you go. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Talk that stuff. Talk that talk.
As I said, we welcome you guys to a special edition, breaking news edition of the That'd Be $8 podcast.
Yeah.
Your boy came dressed for the occasion. B came in a hoodie, but it's all good though. We'll still let him rock with us.
I mean, you know what I mean? I'm zipped up. That don't count.
Saying doing his best Cam Newton impression. It's all good though. It's all good though.
Hey, we had a couple people that said they want to call in and chat on the show. You know what I mean? We put the little live phone call number in the scroll by. So when y'all call in, you know, we're gonna go ahead and put you in the queue. So we're gonna try this live on air. See what happens.
Live on air.
Yeah,
interactive.
Let's see what happens.
Gotta give people what they want.
Right. You know, we trying. So let's see what happens. Yeah, what you got for the Black Awareness Rally? The one that we just decided to have a little less than an hour ago.
Hey man, I know I've shouted this young lady out a few times throughout our episodes, but she might win the Black Awareness Rally, Miss Black Awareness Pageant Rally winner for the year. You know who I'm talking about, Miss Stacey Abrams. I mean, she turned an unfortunate loss of becoming the governor of the state of Florida. I mean, of Georgia, I'm sorry. But not only did she flip that into Georgia, helping get President Biden elected, but she flipped the Senate in Georgia as well. She's been making major moves behind the scene of getting people registered to vote, getting people energized about going out and voting. And so I'm just happy to see that all her hard work is paid off in a major way for her, and it's benefited her people. So shout out to Miss Stacey Abrams for just doing a wonderful job. You know, that's how you bounce back after taking an L. That's how you bounce back.
Word.
I saw a meme today, and they were like the personal version of I bet, and they had a picture of.
So. I saw one that ain't as family friendly a couple months back. It say FA plus FI or FO. So fuck around and find out. So you think I'm done? All right, fuck around and find out. So they say that's what Stacey was on all year. Well, in the last 2 years, I should say. But yeah, man, big ups to her, man. Big ups to her. Mine, I guess, is just the same. I think I had another lady. I think it was Helen Hunter. Let me look this up because I feel bad. She's another organizer that doesn't get as much credit as Stacey Abrams, but she definitely out here putting in her work too. So, you know what I mean? We don't want to overlook anybody that's out here organizing. So, yeah, Helen Hunter. She was also an organizer. She's been in the game a little bit longer. not widely recognized, but she certainly be out here doing the thing. And shout outs to her. What else? What else? We need to go into the yeah, we'll just move on. Let's move on. Let's get to it. Let's get the smoke going. Let's get the smoke going. Let me see. Let me see. Let's go ahead and get to the first topic. All right, man. Congratulations to John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock. Both have made history with their wins today. First and foremost, John Ossoff became the youngest member of the Senate, and Raphael Warnock became the first black senator from Georgia and the first from the South since the Reconstruction, which is in the 1800s, 1890s to be specific.
Major.
Sad, man. Yeah. Oh, we got. Yeah, man. We got it. I got
fire.
I gotta get these sound effects. I'm scared
Yes.
to run anything else on this computer right now. Let's see.
Man, that's major though, and I mean, those brothers, they did their thing, but I gotta give a shout out to the people of Georgia. I mean, I know that you were heavily involved in getting people registered and spreading the word,
Yeah.
and being out in these streets. And so not, just voting, but also helping other people to vote. So I got to give a major shout out to you. It's just crazy that you moved to the Atlanta area and all of a sudden you're in the area that has to decide
Right.
the balance of the Senate. So
Wasn't that crazy?
Sounds like it just matched up perfectly for you.
Perfect
So
time.
give a shout out to you and to all the other
Appreciate it.
fine folks in the state of Georgia for making that happen. I mean, because that's major. You guys not only bailed us out once, but you guys bailed us out twice.
No,
2 months.
thrice.
3 times?
Yeah, because I was telling somebody earlier, we needed both of them races to be won.
Yeah.
So, you got the president and you got both the Senate seats. So it's kind of tough, man.
Shout out to you guys, and shout out to you for for the work that you've been doing on the ground.
Appreciate it.
I mean, in DeKalb County, I mean that was pretty much swung.
Yo, when you sent me that last night, like I was we was talking about the last election. Like I try not to watch the early results because it's like a sports game. You don't really know till like the later it get at night. So they just happened to call Warnock stuff a little bit early. But when you told me that they were saying they had no early votes coming in yet from DeKalb County, I was like, oh, that's a wrap. I was done at that point because I was like, look, DeKalb County so black. Or Democratic, I should say. I just knew we was in there.
Yeah, once they did that dump, it was like it just swapped and it just didn't go back. So
Yeah, man. But appreciate it, Wiley. Wiley say shout out to us. Appreciate it, man. Wiley say he quarantining. Appreciate y'all for joining in with us. Got a few folks that said they was gonna call in. I really want to talk some crap, so we're gonna have a good time with this one tonight. But yeah, you got anything else for the folks?
Nah, man. I mean, as I said, I know we're gonna get into kind of the fiasco of today.
Yeah.
Later on, but I just don't want what happened today to take away from what happened yesterday and the major moves that took place. So I don't want that to be overshadowed at all. So I want to make sure we give that its proper credit and its proper due, because it is something that's major. And as you can see, they always try to find a way to one up.
Listen, bro.
One up you. So
we finna get into it. Hold on. We finna get into it. Woo! We got us one. Hold on. So, yeah, Drill, we got the air horn. You know what I mean? Got the air horn. All right. Woo. All right, here we go. Yeah. Congratulations to them brothers. Let's do it, man. Let's get reckless out here. We got these good old Good old boys from the Good Old Boy Network out here playing reckless with it. So yeah. Yeah. What you want to call it, bro? How you want to you started off?
I mean, we can't ignore the speech that was given. Like I was playing around in the group chat that 45 gave that fire pregame speech.
Mm-hmm.
Get all the players riled up. I'm saying, and as I said, man, it's just reckless rhetoric that he's been spewing.
Come on, man. The people came to hear us talk cash money, dog. We gotta. They're gonna get these PC takes from CNN, dog.
Nah, I'm saying he's been spending that reckless rhetoric for years now, and this is the results of it. This is really the results of it, of him just flat out telling lies. You just conspiracy theories, stuff that has no validation, and people believe what he's saying. That's the crazy thing,
right?
Is that these are adults. These aren't teenagers. These aren't kids. These are adults that are amongst us, that probably work with us,
right?
That that live amongst us and go to the same grocery store as us.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, is that we have to be cognizant that these are the very same people that we share our lives with, that our children go to school with, their kids.
I don't know, though. I'm in Atlanta. I might be exempt from that particular statement. Yeah, well, I don't share my life with none of them, especially the DeKalb County, where it went 83-16 in terms of votes, and 89-11 for the Biden race. But what these crackers be tripping, boy? Huh?
I said that's kind of the scary part of it, is that these are everyday people that live amongst us, but they just feel some type of way because their leader has riled them up, and it's very cult-like behavior. It really is cult-like behavior, and even when he was telling them to like chill out, he can't even do that in a civilized way at all.
Man, why I say they still around in regards to my DeKalb County? Yeah, it's a couple on my head. I done ran into them. They black. But what I really want to get into, though, man, is why everybody surprised?
I don't think many people are surprised. I think that you can anticipate something happening, but still be saddened by it at the same time.
That's a take I ain't consider. I know my instant reaction was I just started laughing, bro, because I was like Malcolm say, the chickens coming home to roost, cuz this what y'all built. This the monster y'all want, man. This what happened when y'all got hit. This white nationalism and white supremacy just out here running amok in the streets, and then when one of them just happened to rise through the ranks, excuse me, the way Trump did. This what you get. This is the fever pitch. And what's worse is it ain't over. Like, they got 2 more events planned.
Yes.
What I'm saddened by is to see the amount of black folk that was out there in the videos. The white supremacists, the black white supremacists be tripping me out.
Inside, I don't know how many total there were. I do keep seeing the photo of the one guy inside the Capitol.
Yeah. I mean, we was out there. Well, the black white supremacist was out there. Bro, what people thought was gonna happen, man? This is the culmination of 4 years. Well, let's go at 12, because ever since since Barack been in office, Trump been kind of feeding this tiger, this monster the whole time. I see you with the bread ones back there, boy. I just noticed them. But I got to get rid of my other 2 pair. My bad, y'all. I just had a black people moment. I got 2 pair I got to get rid of. Hey, if y'all knew the size 12 or 12 and a half in these bread ones, You know, holla at your boy, man. I'm gonna treat you right.
Hit
I
us
ain't gonna
up
hit you
at
with the resale fee.
561-358-9056. Get at us.
That's during the show. After the show, you got to send me a DM. But yeah, man, y'all, if y'all want to call in live, get your comments on the air. Yeah, we doing it for free. So again, you can check out the phone number scrolling across in the ticker tape. So keep up with that. But nah, man, this ain't over, dog. They got 2 more rallies they're gonna try to have, and what's tripping me out is the amount of survivors, quote unquote, at the rally. You heard about the one white lady that got shot and killed by
I heard
friendly
there was a
fire?
lady in critical condition. I don't know if I
I
didn't
think
hear
the
that.
Washington Post says she passed. Let me get my facts straight. What you thought when you found out old girl got shot?
I mean, I wasn't like you say. I wasn't. It wasn't a shock. It wasn't a surprise that happened. I mean, to see the police be so passive in this situation, that was a little bit shocking surprise. To where you have people that are like in people's offices just chilling, got feet on the desk.
Yeah, guns, rifles.
I mean,
Got the
for them
flag
to
on
be
their
so like
armpit, like it's theirs.
blase about it. One cat was taking like a podium out, like
Yeah,
waving, laughing,
that was
taking
Nancy
pictures.
Pelosi's podium.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a
Yeah, she died, bro.
trash sham mockery, man.
She dead, bro.
Dang.
So how crazy is this? It's how white supremacy work for you. I'm a white nationalist, people, fans, and stuff out there. You go out there in support of white nationalism. You go out there in support of white supremacy, and you end up getting shot by white supremacists and dying trying to celebrate this fictional narrative of white supremacy.
She's gonna be held as American hero. I
By who?
guarantee.
For what?
I,
I'm saying by who?
That's
By who?
by the people who write the story.
The white. Okay, so let's read what the Washington Post got to say about it. Woman dies after shooting in U.S. D.C. Nationalist Guard. After shooting in the U.S. Capitol, D.C. National Guard activated after mob breaches the building. First and foremost, that title is just problematic for me altogether. Why you wait till after they breach, aka get inside the building? Y'all didn't have a problem with that before they got on the steps. They told you what they was coming to do. Trump told you what they was coming to do hours before they got there. Well, I guess white people just don't nobody take white violence serious in America. Why not? They don't take it serious, dog.
Because they was in there to take pictures. That's why.
Oh, that's all they was doing?
They were in there to take, like, that's what they were doing. They were just taking pictures. It was like a photo shoot for them.
So ain't no Black Lives Matters members shoot each other, but we just assumed in direct correlation to violence and with thugs and rioters and looters. But you got somebody going to the U.S. Capitol where laws are made and literally stealing shit out of the Capitol and taking selfies like, look what I stole. Breaking windows and doors and trampling desks and scaling walls. And we have yet to get the rioter looter label for these souls.
The thug label. The thug label hasn't come out yet either.
Nah, don't disrespect Tupac like that, man. That's reserved for Tupac. I mean, what we gonna call it, man? What word would y'all rather use instead of saying thug or white nationalist?
Fine folks.
You say fine folks? No, that's what Trump want to use. What you think we should use instead?
Looters, rioters, domestic terrorists. I mean, those are the ones that apply.
Yeah. Let's see. Waleed said the lady got shot in the chest, passed away. Yeah, she died. Your election official told Trump it was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, just the violence Trump want, man. Let's see.
I mean, if you saw any of his speech or his son's speech, that was what this all was leading up to where his son was saying, you know, we're not going to be weak. We're not going to back down. What do you think you're riling people up to do? Go home after that?
I mean, that's what they was allowed to do. I mean, let's be honest. I ain't hear about no arrest being made. I ain't hear about nobody being detained. We heard about one death, but she got shot by one of her compatriots. Didn't hear about that person getting arrested. And then when the police and whatnot showed up, everybody just went home. No, they didn't even go home. They went back to their hotel rooms.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
They went back to their hotel rooms. Like, let's look at the duplicitous nature. Like this, again, this is a nation, not a country. It's only a nation because of the boundaries. But this is not a country because the rules apparently don't apply. Apparently, we have rules only for select people. But how close to the front door of the U.S. Capitol do you think black folk would have got if we tried the same thing? We was promoting it on Facebook and social media, YouTube, all these places was being promoted. All this time they've been talking about what they was going to do before they got there. Then they actually showed up in massive numbers, more numbers than the police could handle, and then broke into the building after scaling walls with the barricades that they used to stop them from going in. So what do you think? What do you think black folk would have got, or color, any, I guess, quote unquote minority group?
I'm pretty sure as soon as the leader of the group would have said, "Hey, we're going to storm the Capitol," it would have been shut down immediately.
You think he got shut down
because he literally said that in his speech to the people. We're going over to the Capitol. That's what he said.
Why was you allowed to do that, man? Why was you allowed to just go to the Capitol? Somebody tell me why. Bone Thugs and Harmony. We die, they don't. I'm seeing the comments like somebody's like, Exuberant B, why wasn't there enough people getting shot? Old girl was a sacrifice. Not that she's calling for violence, I assume. But black folk got questions, man. Why would they ain't getting the same treatment we got? What I seriously want to know is why is the news acting like they didn't see this ish coming? Why is the news acting like this ain't been brewing since 2015 when this cat decided to run? I mean, that book I was telling y'all about a few shows ago called On Tyranny was created in 2017. And the whole book was talking about events like today and what has to take place before events like today. And we've had everything necessary for events like today to take place. You needed random citizens to believe in a fake mythological narrative of the past. You need symbols. You needed, which is a red MAGA hat. You needed people to swear that they've been oppressed by some mythological enemy, which is, I guess, Black Lives Matter was the group that was erasing white culture in America. And then you needed just a small handful of those followers to be crazy enough to pick up arms and to willingly, voluntarily, without pay, on their own, without prompting, go out and commit acts of violence against property, people, or otherwise in the name of this fake history. And so we've had all of that for the last 4 years. We've had all of that for the last 8 years. Let's be honest. And then today, the news is like, oh my God, Trump said something and now they're attacking the White House and in the state capitol. What y'all think they're going to do on the 20th? They said what they're going to do. Or the 19th, I mean. Should anybody be surprised? No? Should anybody be surprised? I don't know. No?
I don't think so, man.
No? My next question for black people was this. Since y'all see exactly how far they're willing to go, how much they're willing to turn on their own, because it's the White House, it's the state capitol. They trying to take back a government they already own. What? Like, it's for you. It's all for you. Everything that happens there is for you. I mean, granted, you got to be rich. But let's be for real. It ain't for nobody but y'all. What
I think
y'all?
that's why a lot of black people were laughing, though.
Think that's why we was laughing.
Yeah,
You heard they coming after.
it's like, are you really affecting us?
Listen, man. Yeah, Exuberant B says she's definitely not condoning violence. Thank you for clearing it up. I assumed as much, but Waleed said he just want equal treatment. If it was a group of brothers and sisters running up on the Capitol like that, I don't think we would have made it. So I think that's a fair assessment. But let's be honest. Let's prepare ourselves for the future. Let's look at it this way. They said they're finna do some other stuff. Trump, I guess he told him to go home. I feel like it was just another stand back and stand by.
He told them to go home after telling them that what they wanted had been stolen from them.
Yeah, he was like, the fight ain't over. They won't give it to us. It ain't fair. I love y'all, but go home. Time to go home. He ain't tell them. He didn't denounce anything that they was doing. He encouraged them. He like, listen, they still trying to steal it from us. It ain't fair. Oh man, but don't stop fighting for it.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he just said go home because he had to, but it was like a wink, wink.
Yes.
It's like, hey, they still stealing from us. Go home.
Listen, bro. This how crazy they are. They're in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, gathering. They stormed the state capitol and was trying to get your boy Raffensperger. That's the Secretary of State. He had to be escorted out.
Crazy. But they're clearly getting their cues from 45 though. He's telling them what to do. It's not even on the dark web where you got to go to a website and be a part of the secret society to find out.
Right.
No, he's in plain sight. He's calling people out. He called the governor out today. He called the secretary that's over the election. He called him out today. So I mean, he just called everybody out. Pence. And of course, what are people going to do?
He called Pence out.
And they didn't even let Pence. We don't know. Pence might have helped him out today. He didn't even get a chance to.
They was like, man, we ain't trying to hear that right now. Stop all that noise.
Pence was probably like, I was about to do it. I was going to do it.
I mean, chill out, man. Watch out. Y'all didn't give me a chance. I was quit playing. I was going to do it. Like, dang, I was going. I was walking up there. Dang, y'all tripping. Let's see.
Had a speech prepared and everything.
You know what I mean? I was ready. Look, it's right here. Let's see. Comment. A 10-year-old said, "No, we shouldn't be surprised at what happened. We, quote unquote, black people, got shot and arrested because we still considered to be slaves and not citizens. We are not the ones in power. They are organized, willful, committed, and that's why what they did worked. Wow, AKA organize. So you telling me if a 10-year-old can see that? I don't see why the news is surprised. I don't see why the media is acting like, oh my God, I can't believe what's going on. These are white folk, white supremacists, black folk who happen to be white supremacists, having a violent reaction to the fact that they're losing or finding out the truth is, even when they turn out to vote in record numbers like they did, they still lose.
Yes.
This is what happens when people have a fair and honest competition. The cream gonna rise to the top, baby. And that's what happened 3 times in the last 2 months. Go ahead.
I want to bring up the word organized because I'm sorry I forget the sister's name, but she heads the Black Votes Matter.
Black Voters Matter.
Black Voters Matter. She heads that, and they were asking her earlier today, like what kind of what was behind this big victory, and she used the same word, organize. And you see, organize could be something that can be used for good, which is the true patriotic way of voting in America. That's what fine folks in Georgia did.
Was it Latasha Brown? Got dreads?
Yes.
Okay. Latasha Brown, yeah.
So shout out to her for Black Voters Matter, heading that, and they were very pivotal. In helping in the outcome in Georgia.
Very visible too out here in the streets.
Yes, and she's been on the national. I know she was did a podcast with Jamel Hill, and she's been on a lot of national things as well, getting the word out. So shout out to that sister for getting things done. But organize, and that's the word that she used when she spoke to the turnout of the election, of how many people actually came out to vote, how many people they were able to get registered to vote, and things of that nature, and the result of it. And organize is what they did in the Capitol today. But you see, the same word can be used one in a positive, one in a negative.
So this was the first post I made today in regards to the events. Ain't no neutral ground. It's either you're gonna be fighting for it or fighting against it. And by that I mean fighting for the truth or fairness or the community or human rights, the equality for all, or you're gonna be against that, because you see these folks gonna organize to be against it, and then you not saying anything is basically you being complicit. I mean, now you ain't got to be out there in the streets fighting tooth and nail, but you can send $5, or you can volunteer to babysit some activists or protesters' kids, or cook dinner for somebody that's coming to town that's just trying to get in there. I mean, it's a ton of ways for you to fight. I mean, it ain't always literal fisticuffs. Y'all hear it in the Bible. I mean, you ain't fighting against flesh and blood. Principalities, ideas, concepts, laws in this case, equal application of laws in this case. It's a ton of ways for you to fight. We just, what should black people be doing in preparation for this? Because you think this stuff gonna end when Trump get out of office?
No, because he's out of office right now, and crazy things are still happening. So I think that we see what's going to have a lasting impact, and that's voting, and that is getting the people that we want elected into office. That's what's going to have a lasting impact. It's going to be in place at least for the next 2 years. Yes, what happened today on the Capitol was disgusting and ugly, but things are going to get cleaned up.
Hopefully.
The windows are going to get repaired.
Yeah.
People.
Oh, you mean at the physical side? Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So what's going to have more of a lasting impact? What happened last night in Georgia, or what happened today in the Capitol? What happened last night in Georgia is going to have a lasting impact for the next 2 years.
Great.
So I think that we've shown what we can do collectively when we organize and we vote together.
Right.
Even though we do have quite a few stragglers out there, and we'll address that on another show. But we have shown what we can do when we organize. So I think voting is a key thing that we saw what can happen when we come together and vote, and we come together and vote in droves. So I think that's one thing that that's proven out for us, that has worked in our favor. And I think the next thing that, all right, now that we have everything aligned with the people that we want in office,
give them $2,000 stimmies.
It's time for us to hold them accountable
for the stimmies.
Without our collective vote, without us coming together for you or whatever, you would not be in office. And so the same thing that quite a few people are talking about, the quid pro quo of saying, hey, our votes come with expectations of reciprocation. We have to start to hold people's feet to the fire, because right now it's one thing I heard, and this was actually coming out of a conservative today, that now that the Dems have control of the House and have control of the Senate, is that they don't have any excuses for stuff not to get done.
Word.
So they were like, if anything, it puts more pressure on Joe Biden, because if he can't get stuff done, he doesn't have an excuse. Like
Right.
part of Barack Obama's term, he didn't have control of the Senate, so he had I don't want to say it's an excuse, but he had more roadblocks to block things done. But if Joe doesn't get things done, he just doesn't want to get them done at this point because the roadblocks have been removed from him.
So
now we
no
have to put
excuses.
even more pressure on him,
Right,
to carry out our agenda.
So this is what we can do, though. This is what we can do as citizens, right? Whatever job you got, let's start on the micro level because we want to try to stay there as much as we can. Whatever job you got, man, just try to be true to the ethics, the professional ethics of it. You know what I mean? So if that means having a conversation with coworkers, or you're getting asked to do something that goes against the code of ethics at your job. For example, if I get asked to do something like promote a false narrative to the kids at the job, or to let people come to the school that might have some harmful rhetoric or a harmful agenda. My job as a professional is to educate the kids on the truth about things and let them know the stuff that is actually important to them, that is useful, like voting in the local elections, getting politically involved as early as you can. But if you're somebody that's like a cop or a lawyer, like all the stuff that Trump has been doing lately, it requires cops to be complicit. It requires lawyers to be complicit, as we see with Rudy Giuliani. He needs a lot of help for all of this stuff to work. And your job should be to uphold the professional ethics of whatever position you have, not to have an allegiance to some imaginary mythos. Because I've yet to hear anybody point to a time in American history where we were so great that it meant we had to oppress or rewind or remove or undo legislation that puts black people, people of color, women back in situations that are equivalent to slavery or hell, a caste system. There is no time where it was great for everybody. So, I would say there were some times that looked great for everybody, but at no point in American history was it so great that black people was out here praising being in America as well. So, listen, man, you ain't got to be the president or an elected official to kind of do what's right and to help this society stay intact. Because we got these white folk showing up by the thousands to destroy, tear apart the fabric, the very, very thin, weak fabric of rule and law in this country. I mean, watch how many convictions we get out of this debacle that happened today. Watch how many arrests we get out of this debacle that happened today. A lady got shot in broad daylight. What happened? She just died. And for what? Out here defending the lie. A ton of lies. Let's see. Early crack epidemic was a happy time. Oh, here my brother go. Well, Eugene, excuse me. Yeah, I guess it was a happy time, depending on what side of the cell you was. But cool, man. Now is the time to create the greatness that America touts. Now is the time to create this beacon of awesomeness and the American dream. We're this close, y'all. We're this close. Like, they got stuff in the Lift Every Voice plan that, if granted to black Americans, would just greatly increase the quality of life for every American citizen.
Now, let me ask you this, though, from a political strategy standpoint. They were saying that 45, a lot of the Republican Party felt beholden to him, to where they don't necessarily agree with him or his policies or him as a person. However, they felt that to get elected, that they needed his base to vote for them. Do you think that after seeing what happened last night, when the incumbent senator Loeffler when she aligned herself with him, and that turned into an L for her. And then what happened today? Do you think that is the end of that reign of his quote unquote power, or him being able to flex over the whole party? Do you think that's come to an end, or will people still be beholden to him to stay in power or to be reelected in their positions?
I think a lot of people have already answered your question. You can take Mitch McConnell for example. Today he got on the Senate floor or the Capitol and just gave this long statement about how we can't just let Trump do whatever he wants to do because that would destroy the American fabric of democracy, right? And it's not that he actually believes that. He don't actually care. But what it does say is they're already pivoting to go right back to what they used to do under the Bush administration, under the Obama administration, which is to play this ultra-conservative game of low taxes, stronger defense, and this mythological Christian integrity or morality that never seems to materialize when they're in power. So they just going to abandon Trump. The problem with it is the people that voted to get Trump out, some of them are Republican and some of them will return to the old school way of doing Republican government. You're just going to have to be vigilant for them next time because there's going to be a pushback. If we get some of these very, very socialist democratic policies enacted, there's going to be a lot of people pissed. A lot of people that voted for Biden. It's going to be a lot of pissed people. And the problem is it's going to take a lot more organizing because this next election, it's going to be some smoke, man. It's going to be some real smoke. And these senators and congressional seats that are going to be up in 2 years, well, I guess a year from now, you're going to see it play out. Like, y'all watch. Matter of fact, anybody that's listening, watch how the Republican Party goes right back to we don't want to raise the national defense or the national budget, which is, again, completely fabricated out of thin air because it don't mean nothing. We're going to go right back to we need to bolster our military and our defense. And we're going to go back to Christian morals and how to deal with things. AKA, we're going to start going right back to the stuff that makes the mythological American experiment such an appetizing thing for so many people. Lower taxes. You're going to hear all about taxes again. It's all BS. I mean, America makes its own money. We don't borrow from anybody, particularly, I should say. We did borrow money from China, but such a minuscule amount of money compared to the national debt figure. We make and print our own money. It's not like how me and you work, Pledge. We don't get money from a bank and then have to give the bank the money back. America is the bank. America makes the money that it loans out to other people. If it need money, it'll just print more money. If there's too much money out in circulation for everybody, they just pull it out, aka by taxing it. So don't fall for it, man. Trump, they already setting it up. They going back.
Now let me ask you this though: from an individual standpoint, did 45's grip on his base get stronger, or did it loosen today?
Talking about today?
Yes. After what happened today, are people more beholden to him? Like, I'm talking about the individual, not elected officials. But are people like more diehard for him, or they're like, I don't know, I'm stepping back now?
I think a lot of white supremacists got it hard on about what happened today.
So they like it,
huh?
They like it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the crowd that's supposed to come out next week is larger than the one that was out today. There were no consequences. One person died from friendly fire. There were no consequences. So I don't know what they would look for or look to be dissuaded from participating. They're going to be on the internet bragging about what they did. They're going to be pumped up. They gonna go home, have a couple babies tonight. Come on now, this ain't never happened in American history. Or if it did, it happened in the colonial period. It was definitely pre-Civil War. You stormed the Capitol in 2021 and you literally steal stuff out of it and destroy property and nothing happens to you?
You got away with it.
Nothing. You ain't get shot at. You got shoved, but you shoved back. Come on, man. They act like a bunch of middle school boys playing football in the front yard at the school before school start. You know how charged up they're going to be for the rest of the day? Yeah, man, you saw that play I made when I went in there and stole? I mean, come on, man. We all been there. When you make a little play in middle school and now you hype for the rest of the day and you telling your boys at lunch, you can't wait to go home or go to lunch and tell your homeboys what you did in the front of the school at 7:30 in the morning. It's the same thing, man.
And then you gotta go home and recruit more.
That's it. They're gonna be hype. Oh man, they let y'all do that in front of the school? Yeah, man, you got to come tomorrow. You got to get there early though, because there were no consequences enacted. This is why I be telling y'all, man. That's why I tell people, anybody that's willing to listen, bro, this country ain't no country. This is a business. It's an experiment, and it's a concept born directly out of white supremacy. And everything that happens here is either in support of it or in an attempt to resurrect it. What we just saw in Georgia for the last 2 months and across the nation, people going to be mad about that, man. And wait till these legislative laws get out here and they start trying to actually talk about this too. Watch how difficult it's going to be to pass the $2,000 stimulus check. Watch how difficult it's going to be. Watch how long and stupid the litigation is going to be to get this passed.
I thought it didn't get passed already?
No, it's a new Senate now, so.
Oh, okay.
Because that died with the last group, so it's like a new school year for them. But
okay.
Even though we're going to have the numbers in the Senate to get the bill passed, watch how they still going to try to pull some stuff out to make it seem like it's just a bad idea to pass it. We got Mitch out of power. Mitch McConnell gone. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, every country kind of sort of is an experiment, but most countries, I'll not say most, lots of countries have a unifying ideology behind it that most people can get behind that live in that country. We don't have that here in America. We're too big, right? So we don't really have that.
4 years we have the Olympics.
Yeah, but that's commercialism, right? That's good marketing. But you got like Japan, Eugene. That Japan, although they have their beefs and internal struggles, just about everybody in the country is Japanese. So to them, that is a ethnically singular, or as close as you can get to ethnically homogenized as you can be. America's way too diverse, and then for it to be constantly being strangled by old rich white dudes, I mean, it's gonna fail, because when the old rich white dudes die, they're gonna try to fight. Their kids gonna try to fight for it, and then if we're lucky, I should say, you're gonna have people that's gonna oppose it, like we just had in these elections. I mean, let's get real, man. The next 3 debates we're probably gonna see is Medicare for all, $2,000 stimulus packages, if we're lucky, college tuition, and the Green New Deal. Watch how many fake tax conservative, budget conservative people, fiscally conservative people come out the woodwork and be like, oh, it just don't make dollars and cents. Nigga, we make the money. What's going to be the problem?
It's funny because during his speech today, that's one thing that 45 said, was that he was like, hey, we're already $26 trillion in debt. He's like, I might as well let y'all have a little fun, give y'all $2,000. That's what he said. So,
but I mean, again, thanks. I ain't gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, but we know that's because he's trying to piss off his Republicans. He's just trying to piss them off. Y'all get a chance, man. You can read this book. This book talks about, it's probably backwards for y'all, but this book talks about why there is no actual national deficit. That's just a log, financial tally of where the money has been and how much money has not been taxed out of the economy. Anyway, not the economics podcast. It's a podcast about white supremacists out here getting the benefit of the doubt when they're going out here destroying a symbol of white supremacy. Like, what you was destroying, dog? You destroying a symbol to yourself?
I mean, let's play devil's advocate. I mean, do you think that's how they feel when black people riot and loot their own neighborhood?
You said, do we think that they felt the way black people do?
I mean, do you like we're kind of laughing at them saying you're destroying something that only benefits you? Do you think that that's how they feel when they see over the summer when they saw black people riot and loot in their own neighborhoods?
We don't own nothing, so if they did feel that way, it's disingenuous. Like maybe here in Atlanta, when they went and destroyed a couple shops, maybe what Trina was crying about in Miami when her friend's business was, broken into. But again, what I told y'all in the summer, if the kids don't know you, there ain't no investment in it. They ain't finna protect it. We saw footage of them kids that stopping here in Atlanta, going up to a Waffle House, getting ready to ransack that, and they was like, wait, no, don't destroy the Waffle House. And it was because they felt like the people that worked there were invested in their well-being. So they didn't destroy that particular Waffle House. But they went through all them black bougie restaurants and neighborhoods and banks and businesses that they felt like didn't give them a fair shot. I mean, you saw it in Tampa.
Yeah, that's where me and you differ a little bit. In our approach is that I just feel like you shouldn't tear anything up. But
I got you.
I know that's one thing that Van Jones pointed out today on the CNN coverage is that when this was happening in Atlanta, you had Mayor Bottoms, come out in defense of saying, "Hey, stop tearing our town up," and he was pointing that in contrast to what 45 came out with saying, and there was no strong there was no strong, sense of him telling people to stop, tearing the White House up. So, I do want to shout out Van Jones for kind of pointing out that correlation between what leadership looks like in tough situations when the people, that you're supposed to be working for are acting recklessly. You come out and you tell them to stop, even if you believe in the cause that they're doing, but you don't believe in the way they're going about expressing themselves. So,
yes, that's a. Well, you say 45 said, "I love you, go home peacefully," but
that's almost like a hit to come like meet me around back.
Yeah, like man, hey man, y'all did a good job. Tomorrow in the film room, we're gonna have pizza, yell a day off, and we're gonna enjoy what we just accomplished. Yeah, man, I'm proud of y'all, man. That's what coaches tell you at the end of practice or after a football game that you win. I've been in plenty of after practice speeches by the coach when he said, "I love y'all, go home."
Yeah.
So,
and you don't feel bad. You don't feel like you did nothing wrong.
You be happy.
Coach being generous to us today.
Listen, we ain't had to do no sprints after practice. We ain't had to do no up downs. We ain't had to do no suicides. Coach just was like, "Hey man, good job. We ain't win. They stole it from us, but I love y'all, man. Go home. We'll see y'all tomorrow, or in this case, in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
Listen, bro. I just. Hey man, this ain't got nothing to do with black people or anybody that's a black person that isn't a white nationalist. This ain't got nothing to do with us. But be careful. These white folk are very organized and they're around the country making noise. We done seen them in Oregon. I saw them today here in Atlanta, storming the Capitol where the Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, was because Trump is sicking them on anybody that disagrees with him. And we know ideologically, us non-white nationalist black folk disagree with that dude. So these white nationalists, even though they might look like you, they hype, man. They real hype. I don't know how you're gonna protect yourself, but you just be vigilant. You know what I mean? Like players were saying at the beginning of the show, man, we work with a lot of them. Again, I don't, but in general, we work with a lot of them, and just like, listen, boy, they might run up on you. Feeling good. Let's see. What can Dre like? We can. Uh, Twitter just locked Trump account. Good. About time.
Nah, man, we need to know the game plan. Nah, because that's the thing. He's so out front with it. It's no subtlety to his game at all. So let us know his game plan. Let us know what he's up to. Let us know the what he wants to tell his constituents or his people. Let it be known.
I mean,
we're not caught off guard.
Not to promote, but there are people on YouTube.
In his speech, he told us what was going to happen today. Like, why would we stop him?
Listen,
it's like if we're opposing him and he gonna give us the game plan, why would we say, "Oh, can you please not give the game plan so loud"? No, let us keep hearing his game plan.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I just, it's funny to me, man. Like, it really tickled me. Like, I was giggling a lot. If you looked in the crowd, you would see all these symbols of hate. Some of them look like the American flag, but there was a lot of them. You saw the yellow snake flag. That's a historical symbol of hate. It's all about white dudes wanting to be in the Confederacy, not wanting to be associated with America, not feeling like the federal government had their interest at heart when they wanted to continue an oppressive style of society. And guess who they was oppressing at the time? Black folk. This is way back to slavery, man. So these white folks still want to get back to slavery. Anytime you see that snake that's broken up into bits, they serious about getting back to slavery. I saw a comment from Exuberant B about how the kids behaved in the riots back in June. You know, if the kids don't feel like you rock with them, they're gonna give you a hard time. But if they feel like you down for them, they're gonna treat you like the cool teacher and be in your classroom, cleaning up your classroom, and grade your papers. Thought that was a great analogy or a metaphor, because I certainly benefited from that, from the difficult kids quite a bit. So yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for joining us so late, so random. I apologize for having the tech issues we did. But man, let's celebrate as black folk. We just won Georgia 3 times because we needed to win it 3 times. I mean the Senate races, 2 Senate races and the presidential election. Celebrate tonight. This weekend, hug somebody you love. Tell them, if we try, we can achieve. Let this be a rallying cry. Let's be a rallying point. Let's look at this. Let's look forward to the new administration getting in here and trying to help everybody out. And then afterwards, after you get your little celebration on and get over your hangover, let's get out here and get civically engaged. Again, there's organizations that you can join wherever you are. If you just want to donate, that's fine. If you just want to deliver food or babysit somebody that's engaged, all of those things are acceptable ways to be a part of the struggle, because quiet as it's kept. The Million Man March, the wives was at home taking care of the kids, cooking, cleaning, and then on the flip side, the Day of Atonement was when the women rallied and had a gathering that was equal to the Million Man March, and the men stayed home and took care of the kids and took them to school and cooked and cleaned. So there's a way for everybody to be involved if you want to. Everybody ain't got to be Martin Luther King. Everybody ain't got to be Fred Hampton, excuse me.
You can all sing a song, man.
Yeah, you can all sing, but don't feel like, because you ain't got 1 million followers. I got 16, and I be making it do what it do. Let's see, Wally said I was actually watching it, was on the phone with my mom. I was like, what are these black people doing out there? Started laughing again. Hey, man, it's a lot of black folk got that, what you call it? When you start befriending the kidnapper. It's a syndrome. I can't think of it, but Stockholm syndrome. There you go. All right, man. Thank y'all for sharing, man. I appreciate you, Wiley, for sharing the tagging. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for chiming in with the comments. show do appreciate you. And we gonna be on here Sunday.
Why not? We can do
All right,
it.
we'll see y'all on Sunday, man. Y'all come back and join us on Sunday.
Content. Thank you guys for joining us for a special breaking news edition of That'd Be $8 podcast. The boy came dressed for the occasion because that's what I do when I break news.
Hey man, y'all enjoy your evening.
Yeah, don't let it be overshadowed, man. We victorious. I'm saying,
Yeah.
Go listen to some Sounds of Blackness.
There you go. There you go. Laugh at these folks. Laugh at this government having to deal with this monster they created, and look at how you can come together, organize, and see what you can get done. So don't underestimate yourself. You just won 3 times. You just proved to yourself that you can get out here and get stuff done politically. Anybody out here talking that it don't matter crap, you can either point them to the evidence, or you can disassociate yourself with them and protect yourself. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but all those things matter, baby. Love all y'all.
Yo.